Alright, hello and welcome back to Pathologic. Last time we did something with the quest. We just finished talking to young Vlad, right? And then we gotta go talk to Aspity, and she's still gonna be sick apparently, which is great, but we have drugs, so it's fine. So finally, after however many days, we're picking back on the talking to Aspity, and yeah, got off to a good start too. So, off to a good start. You know what? This wasn't my, I didn't plan to do this, but since my route is taking me by the lump here, I may as well talk to Capella for the children's subplot. Like, it'll only take me a couple minutes in game time. So, hey.
I used to go out in the night, only to be found someplace new in the morning.
Okay, well, that's unusual. You have stayed. I'm surprised. I'm sure you'd take the first opportunity to leave this place. They say, young lady, that you are somewhat skeptical towards the peculiar qualities of this polyhedron. And who says that? Its inhabitants. It's not how it is. You cannot ignore the obvious. The tower does manage to perform truly breathtaking feats. And yes, by the way, I'm sure that disease, being of particular interest to you, or any other evil from outside, cannot get into the tower whatsoever. It is evil enough on its own. I'd like to know more about its inherent evil, young lady. I admit the tower can perform miracles, but I don't believe that it's miraculous by nature. It's dead, you see. It doesn't live. That is why it can do what it does. A living person would see just how blasphemous it is. So what does it do? It seems to somehow affect the internal state of a person. And so the wonderful but fleeting things such as dreams, love, the accidental concurrence of fantasies, obsession with desires, or mystical games, all those things last forever inside against their evanescent nature. What are you talking about? You're like more mystical, weird talking than like the people who are supposed to be. Incredible. Are you laughing at me? Not in the slightest. It's exactly why the children are so fond of it. All their wonderful games, the magical places, the journeys towards outer worlds, all the wonders of childhood are concentrated in the tower. I don't think that's how you spell concentrated. And they never go. You are laughing at me. It also allows you to come back, say, to a particular dream or forgotten game. But most importantly, it allows you to do so in someone else's company. You can bring back a person, or even persons, I believe, into your dream. You can see your reverie through your own eyes. You can fall in love with what you love. I was misled. I've been told you were skeptical towards this structure, resentful even. And what do I see? Yes, the tower preserves childhood together with all its magic. You cannot grasp a miracle and hold to it mechanically. You cannot treat the miraculous like that. A miracle can only reveal itself through a living person like my mother, and be born of magical power, not of rationale. So does the tower do it rationally? Also, one thing I just thought of, like, each of the families is supposed to have, like, a mystic woman, right? Like, they got Maria Cana, who inherited from her mother. We got, Mrs. Sabra, I forget her first name. Since Capella's mother is dead, is she the, like, mystic for the Olgimsky family? Like, I don't see who else it could be. So, does the tower do it rationally? The Canes have set up a seditious experiment. The assumptions that they had overcome the laws of gravity and Euclidean geometry, whilst in reality it was the Canes who took it upon themselves to attack the laws of sorcery, the miraculous powers that stumble upon our world from time to time. While the Stomatans were building ladders, the Canes were creating foci. And that's the plural of focus. I don't know how you would... Foci? If everyone settled for this line of thinking, humankind would have never conquered the skies or explored the nature of flame. I don't know. You're brave, and my duty dictates caution. It's getting more and more frightening by the minute. The reckoning is yet to come, if it hasn't already. The tower defies the very nature of miracles, you see. It imprisons them. That's why the wisest children have already left it. How curious. Which ones? Apart from you, that is. I mean, they're sticky. I don't know if he's wise. Taya Tai-Cheek, for instance. A 5-year-old kid worshipped by the kin. They call her the Mother Superior. She was merely a careless kidling in the tower, and now she's in charge of the Termitary and the 5,000 souls inside. Have you been there already, by the way? I'm worried about her. I was actually on my way there. I mean, I wasn't, but I'll say that for the subplot. If you happen to come by, please give her this medicine. Tell her that me personally, it's important, that I told her to take it if she ever feels unwell. She will trust me. Otherwise, they'll keep taking those horrible yellow pills, the only ones they acknowledge. Sure, this tower story of yours was most engaging. I'm very happy I decided to drop by. Please come by later to tell me how it went. It means the world to me. Alright. Did I put those in my inventory? Like, I know I'm kind of full up on drugs. Okay. Ferromycin. They just got added to my stash of various drugs. Anyways, I hope we have time to do that later. I'm sure this is like the first time we're supposed to be meeting Tara Tai-Cheek properly, and it will be in this save. So, oops, gotta stop hitting that button. Getting to see this, like, what it is properly would be nice. I'm getting better at dealing with rats, too. Although, you always have room to grow. Alright, so I'm going to stop by here because you can hear there's a rat chasing me. There's a lot of chaos happening outside. I'll even save properly here. I don't know, that's probably not necessary. But two things. First off, I thought, so we want to give Aspie when we get there, we want to give her some of the monomycinum, because I have a bigger stash of that. Like, even though I want to save the ferromycinum for, Tara Tai-Cheek, so I can do that subquest, even though it probably doesn't really matter. Also, on my way here, we got a letter. That's the Doghead children. That's the main quest with Aglaia. The Harspex's choice. The truth reveals itself to me, Renan. I have claimed my father's grievous inheritance. I have made my choice. I believe that the settlement can be saved. It is alive. The kin still lives, even though my father, who was destined to lead it, has died. The kin is nourished and sustained by the earth. The earth that knows how to breathe. A new harvest may be nurtured here. I devote my life to the service of the kin, just as the lines of my family enjoin me to. I will change this town. It will be reborn to live anew. Victoria of Gimskaya, the White Mistress, will breathe life into it. The fallen families will be replaced by those marked by the sign of the spirits. Children they are. Taya Tai-Cheek, Chief Notkin, and Blessed Grace. Urchins Murky and Sticky, and possibly one more whom I did not yet get to meet. He goes by the name of Khan. Right, because it's always got to be 3, right? If they survive, so will the town. If you want the town to live just like I do, then help me, or at least don't interfere with my actions. Woe is you if any one of the children dies, for they are meant to inherit the earth. Artemi Barach, the Haruspex. Alright, I think that's, something else that can impact the game. That's like everything in this game, but you know what I mean, that's something we might have to look out for. I don't know what the fail conditions are on that. I'm still kind of suspect that Aspity being sick is a sign that I've done something wrong, something has gone wrong. Although, I don't know what I could possibly do to save her. But we might... I'm kind of scared that at some point we might end up just having to do like a third run through. But hopefully at the very least I can get a proper ending with like, because all of my bound are still quote unquote alive. Oh no, Aspie's sick. Can't they be helped? We will save here. Oh, I already did that, just because I'm kind of suspicious. And we want to give her a thing of monomycinum. We're not giving them the panacea. But we will give them monomycin. That could help them to live to see tomorrow. They will see midnight. The disease will peek out from the other world for a little while today. I'll put them to sleep at midnight again. Give me the medicine and come in. I'm going in. Alright, we'll save. Hopefully this isn't anything scary, but it very well could be. I mean, it's always scary when you're talking to Aspie. Yeah, I'll talk to you from as far away as I can. It's always fun to talk to Aspie, though. That bitch, she has us all over a barrel. Sir freaking Prize. I'm surprised you went with freaking. Aspie, say, do you by any chance know what Flap the Younger was digging out? Ah, the leech won't crack. Thinks he's the smartest. He also seems to think that he can get out of this deal on that well with his hands and name clean. That's fine, I know how to make him talk, alright. How? It's simple. Just reveal to the world all those thousands of lives that have perished in a few days because of him. I think that I, a simple girl that I am, blamed the father. Shame, what a shame. What are you talking about? It was he who ordered to close down the termitary. He hid the truth from his father, blamed it all on some imaginary strike. He knew how to get to the old man, to make him mad, to make him damn everyone inside. Wait, so we knew about the epidemic beforehand. Spot on. Who told you that? Well, there were survivors in the termitary, and they did get out. And the stories they tell, they make my blood run even colder than it naturally is. So there were more deaths than survivors. Yeah, on the other hand, he is a loyal son still, and he wouldn't like to see his father's head roll. An oak and a mother make heads roll. Both of them will stick it to that secret tooth and nail. I'd have a go on it myself, but that changeling girl has a better idea. Thank you, Aspie. That explains a lot. Okay, let's get out of here before something horrible happens to me. I'm glad there's no disease mechanic in the house. But alright, so yeah, that was the secret. It's everything is as you would expect, young Vlad's fault. Okay, that's cool. We'll take the other route. Yeah, hopefully her being sick doesn't disqualify me or isn't gonna get me in any permanent trouble. Like I said, I want to look up as little about this game as possible, but I might look into that just to be absolutely certain. I'd hate to have to redo a bunch of stuff again, but I mean, that is kind of just the nature of this game. Also, I love the big, loud slurping sounds in my ear. Should we have gone up to the termitary to talk to Tayataichik? Maybe, but I think hopefully we'll have time to do that later. Now that I'm thinking about it, does that tie into the Harspex's letter? He was talking about, oh, none of the children can die or else they'll be, oh, stop pressing that button, or they'll be cursed. And now we have a mission all of a sudden to give Tayataichik some drugs to help with the, there we go. All of a sudden we have a mission to give Tai Cheek some drugs to help with the, whole dealio. So that is something we could potentially look into at some point. But, not right now. Just be, like, I know I'm giving myself more walking to do, which is making me less efficient, but I don't care. What are you going to do about it? So, what all do we have to do for a quest like this right now? I have to talk to young Vlad. Finishing this up, I guess I probably should get it marked done, but it's not, it's just talk to Mark, essentially. And this one is talk to Tai Cheek. Alright, we're back here at young Vlad's house with 5 minutes to go, so we'll talk to him and maybe talk to Mark to get that quest done. Also, why is it not working? There we go.
Something, or she was promised something.
So this is the person who's responsible for turning the Termitary into a mass grave. Who told you that? It's not important. What's important is whether I'm going to relay that to the Inquisitor. I used denying it now. I knew the truth would come out when the Termitary is unlocked. I just hoped I would have time before that. No such luck, I suppose. Have time for what? Oh, well, in an epidemic, the concepts are inseparable, aren't they? Stories of the epidemics that happened during the Dark Age always make mentions of wells. Vagrants were hanged for poisoning them, infected meat was tossed there. Bucket loads of plague were dredged up. Yes, I've heard these stories. As you can plainly see, there's no water in my well. It's empty. No one dredged up handfuls of poison from it. You can inspect the earth in the pile. The topmost layer of it belonged to the deepest underground one. It's just earth, nothing out of the ordinary. Then what did you need it for? Alright, I lied to you. Obviously I'm not endeavoring to find oil here. The well is my first step towards a lifelong dream, an archaeological excavation. I'm interested in the ancient culture of the steppe people. I'm studying strata, layers. By the way, where did the taboo come from? Why is digging wells forbidden? It's not exactly taboo. According to a local legend, it's simply pointless. You won't find any water. The blood of the earth is hidden from the people. I mean, it could just be like what the geological features of the land are. You're not on like an aquifer or something. I don't know exactly how wells work, but that's the idea. It's not that hard to believe. That's one of the local myths. And that's true. We've dug about 100 meters down and found no moisture. Fascinating, isn't it? Where did the springs come from, then? Oh, it's another curious phenomenon. I can't claim to be a specialist in this, though. But the builders, the one who erected the Termitary and the stone houses in earth, maintain that the springs are somehow enclosed in layers of solid compacted clay with sand deposits, through which water is supplied as if through pipes. Don't lie to me, Vlad. I may not be a specialist in clay either, but I'm good enough in microbiology. The thing that's eating up your blood was born underground in mineral deposits. I don't know anything for sure. Moreover, I found nothing to support that theory. The earth in the well is clean, and the deeper I dig, the cleaner and denser it becomes. Pure sand and solid white clay. But why didn't you tell me of your suspicions? Because if my theory proved to be correct, we would have had no choice but to raise the town's residential districts. Wipe out everything between the abattoir and the Gorkin. Why in the world? Over the years, the people have bored countless holes into the ground, all for naught. They always had a layer of compacted clay. The town is full of these dead-end burrows, these underground creepholes. Who would ever believe that they all came to solid rock like a prisoner's tunnel comes to a brick wall? It's not a good enough reason to give that order. I can't peek inside your head now, can I? perhaps you wouldn't issue that order, but the general, who's arriving here with his forces tomorrow, wouldn't listen to you mumbling that it's nothing more than a theory. He'd just do it. Perhaps you're not far from the truth. Can you swear to me that there was nothing in the well, on your family's honor? Yes, you can have a sample and analyze it if you will. A sample of sand and clay. If it's necessary, I can even call my people and have them dig it up again. But honestly, you're going to need a deeper hole than that. No need for that. How can I get into the abattoir? I've only been there 4 times in my life. The only way in for me has always been through the termitary. Every morning a crowd of workmen comes out of it, walks between the buildings, and is swallowed up by the abattoir's main entrance, the one they call the Gorge. Taichik would always open and close it himself, but now he's dead and you're out of luck. That's fine. It's not like his place at the termitary has been left vacant, right? And now I'm even more interested in seeing the horrific results of your actions. I don't know why I always end up seeing this map, but... So now I have another reason, I think, to talk to Taya. Taichik, who I always called Tara for some reason. But that's stuff that's gonna have to wait till tomorrow. Did I just save? Yes, I have a bad brain. But, alright, we made some good progress today. As always, this video where I spend like 15-20 minutes just walking around is gonna get cut out, and, you know, however a little much of plot, but yeah, so I guess I'll stop by, if I remember to, I'll stop by the theater just to get that subquest marked off as completed. And then we'll go to the abattoir and we'll talk to Taya, and maybe the Harspex knows the way into the abattoir, or maybe it's just, Taya. I know this is one of the quests I managed to do in my first playthrough, my failed one a while ago, but I don't remember exactly how it went, so this is all stuff we're gonna have to rediscover tomorrow. But for now, as always, thank you for watching.